All right, the Atlanta Falcons get some good news ahead of their first preseason game. If you're new to the channel, we're Detroit Lions fans, but we have this channel dedicated to teams and stories that don't get the love nationally like they should. Falcons are one of those teams. They've been sneaky the last couple of years, and now they have a legit chance to win the division, home playoff game, and really do some damage. And they're not getting talked about enough. I think Kirk Cousins is really going to let these offensive weapons explode, and you've got good defensive pieces to just keep you in every game, and let's go. So here's the good news. Preseason is like you get excited for it for about 5 minutes, and then you realize nobody's out there, and you're like, I'm bored. I'm bored with this. But good news for Atlanta Falcons fans is that Raheem Morris says we haven't really talked a ton about who's going to play, and but they have. And he said, you're going to see a lot of Michael Penix. You won't see nearly any of Kirk, basically no Kirk Cousins. We understand that. So who's going to play? Well, Michael Penix is going to get a ton of snaps. So this is great news because you get to see this guy out there. You get to see what he can do. See two things. Number one, if he's really good, you can't lose in this situation. If he's really good out there, then it's like, all right, let's go. We got our quarterback for the next 10 years. If he's bad, then it's like, okay, perfect. We got our quarterback and he's not ready anyway. So we got Kirk Cousins. We're good. So you can't lose. You just nothing but wins as you watch him out there and see what's going to happen. Because here it is. Morris spent the last several years as the Rams defensive coordinator. McVay never played starters in the preseason, so it wouldn't be a surprise if Cousins doesn't play, particularly coming off the torn Achilles. Plus, he's getting quality snaps against the defense in joint practices this week against Miami. Friday night will be the first opportunity Penix has to show everybody what he can do. I love that. Next, really good thing. Ahead of this preseason game, there's joint practices with the Miami Dolphins. And remember, if you missed it a few videos ago, Frank Ragnow, the Detroit Lions center, was asked who is just really good out there. Who does he respect playing against, respect watching? And he said Grady Jarrett. So you've got Grady Jarrett, you've got Jesse Bates, all really good players. And so to see them making plays in this joint practice, it's like, oh yeah, let's go, right? So on the first play of 11 on 11s, Falcons cornerback AJ Terrell lowered his pads and hit Raheem Mostert. A few snaps later, the defense shoving match occurred with Grady Jarrett, Jesse Bates in there, stopping a rushing attempt from the Miami Dolphins. All this happened near stands. There's a bunch of scuffles. Your team's right there. If you're an Atlanta Falcons fan, your team's right there in the mix, not backing down from the Dolphins and vice versa. And it's like, let's go. It's hot, whatever. The best part is you've got a defense with enough pieces on every level to keep you in every game because the Atlanta Falcons offense, for the first time really since Matt Ryan, is going to be able to move the ball, keep the chains going, find first downs, even flip the field, even if you have to punt. It's like, well, get a couple first downs and like no more of this 3 and out or turnovers. Instead, you've got an opportunity to play complementary football. And I think the offense and Kirk Cousins moving the ball will only be good for the defense as well. Will also be good for the defense. And it's like, man, that's what I'm talking about because we've looked at it a few different ways. The offensive line is good, but it's guys like Bijan, Drake London, Kyle Pitts. You're going to tell me that they're not going to take a step forward this year with Kirk Cousins back there? You're going to tell me that Grady Jarrett, AJ, Jesse Bates, Mike Hughes is even solid, D. Alford, you've got good pieces on every level, and that allows you to play complementary football. Jaden Price, we've talked about him. He's a young guy that could possibly be a depth piece or step in at nickel. The Atlanta Falcons have a lot of pieces. Again, nobody's talking about them, kind of forgetting about them. They're in a division that's very win the division. I don't think we really think about it enough is how weighted it is towards winning the division. If you win the division, you are automatically in the playoffs. You'd be in the playoffs if you won your division just based on record, but you're automatically in the playoffs with a home playoff game. And so that changes everything. It's like, all right, we'll play whatever, right? You saw it last year with the Buccaneers. They the Philadelphia Eagles come to them, and you would have thought, oh boy, I don't know at the beginning of the year, but man, by the time the end of the year comes, they got to come to your place. It's playoff football. You win a couple games, and you're in the NFC Championship game. I mean, that's what the whole goal is. So win this division. It's wide open. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. Again, if you haven't subscribed to our channel, would love that. Subscribe, and we will see all of you on the next one.